What's up, brothers? Hope everyone's doing well out there. Now, hopefully nobody finds this video relatable, but unfortunately, I think a lot of you will. And what I want to talk about in tonight's video is what makes a woman despise you. Now, sure, there's a few things that could trigger that. For example, lying, cheating, being a coward. You know, but those are the obvious ones. But there's one general rule that a lot of men are breaking. In fact, I think most men do this nowadays. And it's costing them relationships. And this is the one we're going to talk about in the video. So have you ever found yourself in a situation where you've been dating a woman maybe a few weeks, few months, and you like each other, things are going well, and then all of a sudden, maybe a couple of weeks later, she fucking hates you. She's repulsed by you. You disgust her. And I mean that literally. You ever been in that situation and you're not quite sure why? How'd she go from liking you so much to being completely disgusted by you? I'll explain why. This typically happens when a man changes who he is to accommodate for who a woman is. Or in other words, he chases the woman. You know, he adapts to the woman's lifestyle. Maybe he starts changing things that he's interested in, or changing his daily habits to adapt to her. You know, maybe he wants to impress her, or maybe he wants to relate to her a little bit more. So he starts making these changes, and he thinks that it's gonna, you know, improve his chances of making her like him even more. But in reality, she's disgusted by it, and she doesn't even know why. Well, I'll explain why. You know, and this is where hypergamy comes from. This is where masculine, feminine polarity comes from. You know, all these buzzwords that you hear, it all stems around this issue. Whether you know it or not, a woman gets her confidence from a man. You know, a lot of women maybe watching this video might disagree when I say that, but deep down they agree. And I'll explain what I mean. I'll do my best to try to explain this. You know the confidence, the true confidence that somebody has when they're in the shower and they start singing? You know, the door's locked, they have privacy, they can sing, they can dance, nobody can see them. Probably nobody can hear them. So they're just free to sing as goofy as they want, dance as goofy as they want, and they start doing that. Well, when a woman falls in love with a man who's a good man, an honest man, he's unshakable, immovable, you know, he doesn't chase her, he doesn't simp, he is himself, but he doesn't judge her, and he welcomes her into his life. Well, when a woman submits, and when I say submit, I just mean she lets her guard down and accepts that she's in love with him and she wants to be with him. When a woman reaches that point, she now has the confidence that she had to sing in the shower everywhere she goes. Any man that's ever had a woman fall in love with him understands what I'm saying. You know, maybe when you met her, she was a little bit shy. You know, maybe she was a little bit bitchy. You know, maybe just rough around the edges. But after she let her guard down and after she fell in love with you and trusted you to be the man in her life, well, now all of a sudden, she's goofy, she's feminine, she's girly. You know, she's broken down, she's silly. You're at the gym and she's singing like she's in the shower and dancing like she's in the shower. You know, what's going on? She is now confident enough to say whatever she wants and do whatever she wants. And that's because she's protected by you. And this protection is literal. When a woman gets in a relationship with a man, she inherits his reputation. Okay, so assuming you're a good man, a respectable man, when she gets in a relationship with you, she inherits that level of respect. Let's say you're a man who's very intimidating. Everybody is afraid of you. And she falls in love with you and she's in a relationship with you. Well, now everybody is afraid to fuck with her. They're afraid to disrespect her. Because they know your reputation. You know, maybe you're the pastor of a church. Well, now she's the wife of a pastor. And the church respects her, I don't want to say authority, but they value her opinion. You know, they believe that she is a voice of authority. She's a woman of God because she's your wife. And that's not to say that women, you know, single women can't find ways to, you know, respect themselves and have confidence, but that's just how masculine and feminine polarity works. You know, your masculinity, by you being who you are and being unshakable, not submitting to her and adapting to her, that gives her the confidence to kind of be inside of your shell. You know, so now she's protected by you. You understand what I'm saying? And whenever you start to become passive, you know, you sort of become feminine and mirror her. You're dating her, you like her a lot, and you kind of become her. It's like you're trying to slip into her frame, you know, her feminine frame. She doesn't inherit your reputation. It's as if you have no reputation. It's as if you're just a hollow soul. There's nothing to you. There's nothing masculine about you. It's similar to her talking to one of her girlfriends. You ever see two girls talk to each other and they just kind of mirror each other? Their facial expressions are the same. One's like the other does the same thing, like they're just mirroring each other. It's feminine and feminine energy matching each other. Well, a lot of men out there, you know, it's debatable why it happens. Maybe it's because they're raised by single mothers. A lot of men match feminine energy with feminine energy. That's not how you do it. You know, it's not about being indifferent. It's not about causing drama. It's not about, you know, intentionally starting fights with a lady. But it's about you being immovable. You know, you're supposed to have your own life, your own lifestyle. And when you're dating a woman, you keep that lifestyle. You keep it all. Because everything you do in your life is going to benefit her when she's in a relationship with you. So, the way you address women when you're dating them is you take charge. Okay, you take the lead. This is the correct way to pursue, to win a woman's respect over, to make her fall in love with you, and have her not be despised by you. You call her up, you be direct. You know, you say, I want to take you to wherever it is you want to take her on Friday night. She says, okay, you take her there. And you can't bend or break. You know, you have to conduct the relationship as if you're running a business. And I don't mean to put it like this, but it's as if she's an employee. Okay, so if she's ghosting, if she's flaking, that's the equivalent to a no-call, no-show. And you can't put up with shit like that. So you're not manufacturing drama. No, you're maintaining standards. And when she does that shit, you go off. You don't have to dump her, but you go off and you do your own thing. And then she can come back to you. And, you know, get a chance to be feminine. You know, women secretly like fucking up sometimes. They like doing things and going against a man's grain just to start a fight, so she can come back in crying, fighting, make up sex. You know, the cycle happens naturally. You don't have to manufacture it. When you're a man that believes in himself and a man that has his own thing going on, you know, his own life going on. I know to some degree I'm speaking in vague terms, and that's because every man has a different life. You know, some guys are business executives, some guys are bodybuilders, some guys are lawyers, some guys are artists. Some guys have a large group of friends, some guys have a very small group of friends. You know, different communities, different cultures. But whatever it is you are, that's what you need to be. The biggest mistake any man can make is changing who he is for a woman. She doesn't want you to change. She wants to adapt to your life. You know, the father of a family has to be unshakable. He has to be immovable. Otherwise, he's a weak father. He's pathetic. He has to have standards. He has to have principles. He has to be able to put his foot down. He has to be a voice of authority. Otherwise, he's a weak father, a weak husband. He's useless. So if you don't show those features, if instead you become passive and you accommodate for whatever you think it is she wants you to be, that's going to signal to her that you are pathetic. And women despise pathetic men. And that's essentially what it comes down to. Does it make sense? So if you're a single guy out there, but you're dating, keep in mind, when you're going through the process of getting to know a woman, you know, you're taking her out to dinner, you're taking her to meet your friends, your family, you know, you're living your life. Do not for a second change who you are. For example, let's say you don't drink, you don't smoke, but she likes to drink and smoke, so all of a sudden you're drinking and smoking. She shook you up. She changed you. She turned you out. You were too weak for her. She chewed you up and she spit you out. Now you're useless. Okay? Maintain that solid frame of who you are under all situations. And you'll do just fine. But hey guys, I don't want to ramble on too much. I guess we can go ahead and shut this one off. But first, oh yeah, I always forget to shout these guys out. But they are a sponsor. You know, I don't like to grift too hard, but they're a good company. People are always asking me where I get my shirts. You know, these shirts, they fit so perfectly. You know, it's not tight, it's not snug, it's actually loose. But the way it forms on the arms and the chest, it's perfect. Well, I'll pin the comment in the comment section with End of the AM. You can click the link. They almost always have sales going on. And whether they have a sale going on or not, you can get an additional discount by telling them I sent you with coupon code LFA at checkout. Alright, there we go. Hope this video was somewhat informative. And that's about it for tonight, guys. Until next time, see ya.